I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.
or should I meet him? And he said after going through all of this, he's like, no, I'm not going to do this myself. I don't know if he has weapons. I don't know anything. So he said that he called the police, and the police went to his home, and they made a report about the break-in, and that was that for now. So he went back to Cassie. She was stressed. That was her demeanor. But he went to Connecticut for the holidays. And when he was in Connecticut, Kid Cudi describes that I'm like,
you know what? Let me go ahead and say this. I don't know if you guys remember Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. Remember how he could stretch his limbs and like he can contort his body and all that stuff? You're going to need the fucking arms of Reed Richards to connect a boyfriend mad that his girlfriend is cheating on him with another man from 15, almost 20 years ago. You're going to need Reed Richards' arms to stretch, to reach far enough where you're able to connect that and turn that into a racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to prostitution case almost 20 years ago. You're going to need Reed Richards' arms. You're going to need his ability to stretch and reach as far as the fucking eye can see. If you're going to make that connection to say that there is a actually this shows that trafficking and racketeering and extortion and arson, extortion, you're going to need the arms of Reed Richards to show this completely.
Snotting. Sorry, I feel like, oh my gosh, I've probably been snotting this whole time. Really sorry. It's really cold. So Kid Cudi describes.
I'll be honest, we all know this is a waste, but everyone needs content, I guess. Personally, I turn everything into news. I do relationship stuff, mainly just about men protecting themselves from women nowadays. And I talk about politics, geopolitics. So there's never a slow news day for me. There's so much going on. But when it comes to this case, for the most part, this is just content when you enjoy the lives of the rich and famous. I don't even think it's racist. It's not even racial. This is just content. No one's talking all that black shit with Diddy because everybody knows once you have money, you're no longer black. So he doesn't have that black protection. Actually, the blacks want him to go down. They hate him because he has money. Blacks hate anybody with money. So this isn't about race. This is just for content. Everybody, when you found out you were being cheated on, wanted to fight the other person, kill the other person, kill the person cheating on you, kill yourself. We all went through it before. The fact that they're trying to reach and show this is some kind of, this is connected to sex trafficking, coercion, and she's obviously an accomplice. If your girlfriend lines up her side dude for you and gives you his address, you guys are, she's an accomplice. So let's not cut corners here. Let's just be honest.
That Combs is texting him while he's in Connecticut. Like, what did he say? I just want to get to the bottom of it. I was in the dark about all this stuff. This is what he's texting Kid Cudi. And he's just like, I want nothing to do with it. So he doesn't respond to him. And then Cassie ends up breaking up with him before New Year's. And, he goes back to LA. And then we found out that Cassie goes to Arizona to visit Diddy. And so now we're January of 2012. And he said he's 45 minutes away from his house with Kid Cudi. He said he's at his ex-girlfriend's sister's house, and his dog sitter calls him and says that his car is on fire. And it's about 6:30 a.m. And she takes pictures of the car, and he is a Porsche. And it turns out that a Molotov cocktail was thrown through the top of the car. He drives over there. I mean, we see pictures. The whole roof is destroyed. They open the door up. It's all charred on the inside. And he explains what a Molotov cocktail is. It's an explosion.
Just FYI, the fact that they're showing pictures of a car from almost 20 years ago in a case in 2025 about sex trafficking, transportation to prostitution, and racketeering, it just tells you they don't have nothing. They have shit. They have nothing. They fucking have nothing. The jury's sitting there stale-faced because you know why? They're processing the information. Apparently, there's more men on the jury than women, which means you have a higher likelihood of people being grounded in reality, and this is not an emotional play. Good thing that this trial is not being held on Twitter, on TikTok, because those fucking liberals will literally say everything is abuse. Really, those are people that are lonely, that don't have people in their lives. But if you ask them, all men are narcissists and all men are abusive unless they're gay. So you can't really trust that. But this is just insane that they think that this is even necessary. It seems like they just want to call in everybody they can think of who's ever had a connection to Diddy. None of these people are going to come in there and say, yeah, I bought Cassie. I bought 30 minutes of her time from Diddy. I gave him some money. He used that money to go buy drugs. Or the way they're trying to stretch and make these connections is diabolical. It's just insane. But it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. There's nothing here. And if there was, they would be focused on that and drilling on that. Why Kid Cudi even showed up today? He's a fucking bum. He dresses it. He wears dresses and paints his nails. He's trying to get into the algorithm. He's not worth anything right now. So none of this testimony means anything. He shouldn't have even shown up for this, to be honest with you, because now he's labeled as a snitch for going up there to testify against a man over his ex-girlfriend that literally lined him up. And the reason they're not going to ask Diddy to ask Diddy, well, where were you on this day? Because you'll be a fucking idiot to think that Diddy was out there shaking and dancing and pouring oil and burning up cars and kicking dogs. And get the fuck out of here. Everyone knows Diddy didn't personally do that. And they're not going to be able to prove that he did. So that's why they're not asking too many questions. There's no proof that he did any of this. They're just saying he did it, and he can't really speak and say, no, I didn't. It's hilarious that people are not, that no one's thinking about the facts and the details. It's amazing.
Of a bottle with an inflammatory liquid. It's lit on fire, and yeah, and then I wrote down that he yawned on the stand. Let me see. Oh yeah, and then his friend Chip sent photos of the car. I guess his friend Chip was nearby, and so yeah, he calls the cops, and he makes a report. Oh, okay. So then, the prosecutor says, "What was your reaction to your car being set on fire?" And he goes, what the fuck? It was actually kind of funny. Okay, so he says a few days later, that's that. He reaches out to Diddy and he says, let's meet. We need to talk. So he says that D-Rock and which is, one of his bodyguards, D-Rock brings him to a floor, maybe the 7th floor at the LA Soho house. Cassie is not there yet. He said that he walked in, and this is actually a really funny moment in the courtroom. He said that Diddy was facing these like windows, these glass windows, and he was turned around with his hands like behind his back, and he goes, he looked like a Marvel supervillain. Everybody's like, what? And then he said that Diddy's demeanor was so calm, it was almost bizarre. He said that he was offering him water twice. He made sure to say that, and he just said it was really weird that he was so calm and bizarre. And basically, they said they worked it out where, Kid Cudi said, I didn't know you guys were still dating. I'm sorry. It's over, blah, blah, blah. Worked it out. They shake hands. And Kid Cudi says, wow, their hands were still clasped. He said, well, what about my car? And Diddy just said, let me see what he said exactly. Sorry.
So let's go ahead and look at the car in question. I want to show you how full of shit these people are and lie and how much they exaggerate. So this is on my Facebook, right? Let's see here. This is the damage to the car. A hole in the sun in the convertible top. The seats. This one seat. So apparently the car did not blow up. It seems like there's some damage to the interior, but nothing that makes this car irreparable, undrivable, totaled at all. There's just like minor damage to the interior. Maybe something got burnt, something, was on fire, a cigarette burn or something could have did that. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And this is what they're trying to say. He blew up a car. Bro, this just shows you that these people lie, they exaggerate. And that's why they didn't really want you guys to see this, but I'm posting it right here now. So yeah, we can go back to this lady.
Diddy said, I don't know what you're talking about. And this is per Kid Cudi. And Kid Cudi said that he kind of let his hand go and just walked away. And he's like, wait, I thought you said we were cool. And he said, yeah, you don't know anything about my car. Okay. And that was that. He said he didn't see him like pretty much ever until a few years later at Soho House again in LA when Diddy was with his daughters and Kid Cudi was there for something. He just went up to him and he apologized for everything. So I thought that was interesting. And I'm really sorry if I'm like snotting. Gosh. Okay. So really quick, a minute left. So Brian Steele did the cross of Kid Cudi, and it was actually funny. At one point, they had a sidebar. I don't remember what it was exactly, but Kid Cudi goes, "Mr. Steele, I want to say something," and the judge was like, "Nope, you can't." It was kind of a funny moment. And Brian Steele, he kind of got Kid Cudi to smile a little bit. He complimented him, said how talented he was, and then the things that he pointed out, the important things the defense pointed out here. Okay. The fact is, he asked him about the police report with the car. And he said, well, did they ever follow up with you, the LAPD or whichever agency it was, about the car? Because, they got fingerprints, they got DNA. And he said, he basically was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Steele said, yeah. So the DNA was from a woman that they found. And Kid Cudi said he didn't know that. And I'm not adding in any commentary here. So just, make your own conclusions in your mind if whatever you think is going on. Then he asked him about the police you're talking about, and Steele said, yeah. So the DNA was from a woman that they found. And Kid Cudi said he didn't know that. And I'm not adding in any comment.
Bro, why would anybody know anything from 20 fucking years ago? Where were you at in December of 2011? What? I don't know. I don't know where I was at in December of 2024. And people are pretending they have these photographic details. Bro, this is almost 2 decades ago. There's no way you should be still remembering all this stuff vividly and all the details. This is ridiculous. This shouldn't even be coming up.
Commentary here. So just, make your own conclusions in your mind if whatever you think is going on. Then he also added that during the break-in, he said his door was wide open, and there was no forced entry. He also got Kid Cudi to admit on the stand that he
I'm going to show you this also. Brian Steele says, Miss Ventura told you it was over. And Kid Cudi says, we just stopped talking. Brian Steele said, you told this honorable court that this jury that she played you. And Kid Cudi said, yes, she did. And Steele said, so she played you and you had no clue? And Mescudi said, and Kid Cudi said, no clue. Combs said, Brian Steele says, so, but she never said she was sexually abused, did she? And Mescudi said she did not. And then Brian Steele said, so you loved her? Tell me I'm wrong. Mescudi said, Kid Cudi said, yeah, I did love her. And Brian Steele said, you got played by the same person who played Mr. Combs, Cassie Ventura. And he's absolutely correct. She played them both and played them against each other. And actually, she's so diabolical, she used Kid Cudi, who's a smaller fish, to make Diddy, the bigger fish, the billionaire, jealous. She wanted him to be obsessed with her. And that's how you get a man to fall in love with you. The only way women really can trick men into getting married to them is they pretend that another man's about to marry them. They pretend they're going to go sleep with another man if you don't marry her. And that's what she did with this guy. She used Kid Cudi to make Diddy jealous so that Diddy would make her his main. And it worked for years until she aged out. So these women you got to be careful.
Nobody kicked the door down. Nobody jimmied the lock. None of that. None of that. What happened? Come on, use your brain. Cassie dropped the low. Cassie was just over there. Remember, Diddy found out because she left a little toiletry bag over there. Diddy seen the motherfucking email and said, bitch, I know you ain't fucking on no crop top wearing ass nigga. She clearly either had a key or knew how to access the spot without breaking in. There's no forced entry. She gave the low. You don't think she gave the key? You don't think she gave the key? Yo, I see why Kid Cudi testified like, nah, I'm going to be honest with you. This testimony, I think it helped Diddy on some shit. Now, granted, he is saying Diddy did blow his car up. He thinks he did it.
The car was never blown up, and the truth is helping Diddy. That's the thing. It's not these testimonies. It's just the truth. The more accurate you are, the more honest you are, the more it's looking in Diddy's favor. The only time that it seems like it's the Fed, it seems like it's Cassie versus Diddy when it's not. It's supposed to be the federal government versus Diddy, and the federal government doesn't have anything to substantiate their claims, and so they're doing this it's really for no really good reason, but that's on them.
But he basically is saying both of them was shady. He's like, he seemed like he had some love for Cassie, but at the end of it, and that's what we got to say, Brian Steele kind of did his thing. He basically said both of these bitches was shady. She got the Addy and the key. That's a backdoor 2-for-1 special. That's like unlocking the DLC in the middle of COD. Like, come on, you know what's going on. She gave him the drop that if Kid Cudi was there to end that nigga, man. That was crazy. Cassie is a dangerous person. I'm gonna be honest with you. She gave Diddy the key and the low.
I've had a girl like Cassie before. Hated her baby dad. Told me and my boy, she was like, I'm gonna leave the door open and you guys can go in there. Told us where everything was. All because she was just mad. It's not that she really was mad at him. She just wanted to fuck me. You know, she wanted to deal with me. And I guess he was too nice to her and I wasn't. So she was like, yeah, this is where everything is. I'm gonna leave the door unlocked. Me and him are about to leave. This is back in Arizona. Beautiful girl, but a thug at the end of the day. And she thought I was a thug, so she wanted to be with a thug. Baby daddy was a nice guy. He's probably just sell weed or whatever. They will line you up. That's why I tell people, bro, you can't trust any of these women. They'll pretend they're in love with you. I don't think women love anybody at all, ever. Ever. I mean, I see how they act with their kids once they can't make any money off them with child support. They don't really want their kids. I don't trust any women at all. I'll just put that out there.
That's crazy. Somebody said he said he left the door unlocked. All right, hold on, let's go back. Where did he say that? Who said that?
Says, what was your reaction to your car being set on fire? And he goes, what the fuck? It was actually said that his dog kind of had PTSD of Kid Cudi's house. And she says, just wondering why she would do that. So he goes to get her, and he takes her to a hotel. He takes her.
Claiming that your dog, now don't get me wrong, I love my dogs. I got 3 of them right here. Claiming that your dog had PTSD from being locked in the bathroom. How do you know that? This is from 20 years ago. Wow, you can't ask your dog, like, you know, how do you feel after this? You know, it's just listening to this, you just see how insane all of this is. It doesn't add up to anything. But it just shows you they can come after anybody for anything now. And really, you don't have really much recourse. Not much you can do. You can't really, if you don't have a bunch of money to waste, you're not going to be able to fight. You're just going to be a victim of the system. And this system has to stop. We can't keep letting this happen and get away. People get away with these false allegations and these mock trials and all these accusations. And they're always women directed towards men because they want to get money from you when you break up with them. We cannot allow this to continue.
We go to go vandalize a nigga crib. I leave you in the car. Me and my mans, we kicking the door down. Or we ain't kicking the door down. We just use the key. We up in the spot. We running through that nigga spot. You gonna call the nigga, be like, I ain't trying to say nothing, but Diddy up in your backdoor team. Capricorn, Clark, and Cassie, one in the same. 2 backdoor tings. Diddy went to go handle his business, because that's how Diddy do. Don't fuck with his bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I'm so...
Bro, Diddy didn't go do it himself.
Y'all remember Diddy? You remember when Diddy said this? This was after. Do y'all remember the timeline? Now, I'm gonna get a little scared. Diddy, here we go. Diddy, remember when Diddy, so I'd call Carisha a side chick. Diddy had made a tweet. He had said something about, I'll come to your house and have a conversation. I was like, what is he talking about? Hold on. It was a tweet. I don't know if he deleted it. Young Miami. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this was because I was violating her. I was just like, yo, you definitely the side chick, shorty. You the look, see? It looked like he was responding to DJ Academics. Look, let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it. Look, Young Miami's not my side chick. Never has, never will be. See, very important to me and very special to me. And I don't play by my shorty wop. I don't discuss things on the internet. I will not start today. So think what you want. Then he says, but know that if you do something to hurt mine, I'm going to come to your house and we're going to talk like human beings. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I was next. I was next, chat. The only thing I'm going to say, Diddy, you can't put my dog in no fucking bathroom. You crazy as fuck, nigga. You put Pluto in a fucking bathroom, nigga. That's your last day on earth. I promise you. That's on Paru, nigga. That's a fact. That's the only thing. Yeah, Diddy was going to try to do the same play on me. Look, they said it. It seems like he's talking about act. Because I said, Young Miami, how you say you go together real bad with this nigga, and this nigga literally just popped up with a new kid. It ain't for you. You're the side chick. Look, right here. Look, right here. Young Miami's not my side chick. Look. Oh, shit. Wait, they have a video on it?
Academics had a lot to say about Diddy's new daughter and Young Miami of the City Girls. Now Diddy himself has set it straight, and the DJ is stepping back.
Yeah.
After Diddy announced the birth of his daughter, DJ Academics wasted no time criticizing the mogul.
Yo, chat. Could all y'all give me credit for being smart enough? Listen, if you see me consistently trying to rap her, it's because I know he's pussy. Trust me. I know he's pussy. The niggas who I know about it, I stop quickly. Listen, the only way you stay undefeated, shout out to Floyd, you got to be smart with the fights you take. You don't take it when they want you to take it. You take it when you want to take it. I seen Jay-Z start doing some shit. I start coming up here and throwing up the rock, nigga. I'm good. I don't want no problems with Jay. That nigga was about to wash me. I could tell. Jay was about to give me a washing. You seen they started suing everybody but me, right? Shout out to you, Alex Spiro. They said, all right, he got the message. I'm one of them niggas. I got an ego, but I get the message quickly. Oh, okay, let me just fall back on this one. I'm good. I got y'all niggas. I'm good. Yeah. Jay-Z gave me the fuck around one more time, and I'm like, I got you. No problems. Diddy gave me that too. Pause. Extra pause. Y'all notice I fell back at the right time. That nigga would have had me tied up on the Interstate 95 sign like this, like, help, help. I knew the perfect time to fall back from this. I knew the perfect time. Yo, chat, y'all got to give me props for being smart enough. All the rappers I keep, like, mentioning, they're pussy. This nigga, the way he was talking to me, I realized he was going to have me tied up with an anal bead in my mouth, pause. Just like this. Help! Help! I got Cassie's motherfucking restraints on. I'm tied to the interstate sign. Cars driving by like, who the fuck is this fat ass nigga? I knew when it was time to fall back. Cause, yo, when the nigga hit me, I knew I was fucking up his pussy. I knew I was. The nigga hit me, and it was just one of those, I could tell by his facial, motherfucker. Chat, y'all ain't notice how you told my DJ Academics versus Diddy. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be like, I ain't gonna lie, Kid Cudi, I probably snitched better than you, but still, I just didn't want to do it, bro. I'm good. Look, I almost got done like Kid Cudi, Chad. They almost did me like that. Yo, Chad, you're not happy? Nah, Diddy's not pussy. You crazy as fuck. You crazy as fuck, my nigga. No, he's not.
Daughter and Young Miami of the City Girls. Now Diddy himself has set it straight, and the DJ is stepping back. After Diddy announced the birth of his daughter, DJ Academics wasted no time criticizing the mogul and who he's dating. In a tweet, he accused Diddy of having a side baby on his harem of side chicks. Young Miami.
That's a fact. Diddy different. My nigga done fucked around and had a side baby on his harem of side chicks. Brother love, a real one. Yo, chat, don't I be telling y'all? Yo, I've done a good job. I've avoided a couple things. I bob and weave. I know how to get out of it. I do I? But let me tell you this. This is what I be trying to say. You ever heard that song? Oh, don't cry for me, Argentina. Listen, I know I'm a motherfucker. I know. I ain't get my ass whipped yet. But I'm still going to sue. I'm still going to police whenever I do. But I ain't going to be in the hospital bed like, why did they beat my ass this bad? I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know, Chad. I'm gonna know. I'm a motherfucker. I know, nigga. Yo, I got some of these niggas tossing and turning. I cost a couple of these niggas a couple millions. I done fucked up a couple like harems. This nigga Diddy had a strong pimp game that he done violated niggas from the 90s. Kid Cudi learned his lesson. And right when I seen he was about to make an example out of me, I could tell. It was like, I was like a weatherman. You know, the weatherman could tell you, oh, it's going to be raining later. You're like, nah, nigga, it's sunny. No, it's going to be raining later. I'm just letting you know. I could tell shit was about to go dark. I fell back and apologized. Brother Love, I only want to show love. Carisha, I got no problems. Whoa.
Harem of side chicks. Young Miami herself clapped back and said, I'm nobody's side. Let's just make this clear on this good Monday.
Yo, chat, let me tell you this. That was my strategy at the time. Nothing pisses a woman off than dismissing her as a side bitch. All these chicks got that main character syndrome. They don't care if you say he got side chicks. They don't want you to call them the side chick. So I was trying to get under this chick's skin. Well, she was a side chick, though. Keep her up. Once I said that and she tweeted that, I know the next text to Diddy. Bitch, look how you got me looking crazy in the media. You got these bitch-ass, hoe-ass niggas like academics talking shit about me. Why you don't set shit straight? This is because you don't check niggas no more. I thought you was Sean John. I thought you was Diddy. What you got these niggas talk? And then when I seen Diddy start tweeting, I said, my bad, player. I ain't trying to fuck up your pimp game. I don't want to get done like Kid Cudi. Don't dangle me off a balcony. I'm fat. It's going to take a lot of y'all to hold me up. Well, I'm not fat like that no more. But imagine how many niggas got to hold me up over the balcony. I'm too fat to dangle off a balcony. You can't do that to me. Gotta do that to like a Wale type nigga or like Shy Glizzy or something like that. You know what I mean? You can't do that to me, bro. You can't do that to me.
I don't come second to no. Diddy also jumped in with an adorable nickname, I may add. He tweeted at Young Miami 305 is
chat. I know a real threat when I see it. When Meek said he was gonna come piss on my steps, I took he was trying to flirt with me. I'm like, I don't swing that way. I'm not calling you daddy in the pool. Please don't say that to me again, sir. Hey, Ack, I'm about to come to your house, whip my dick out, and piss on your steps. Whoa, that's flirting. I was confused. What is he talking about? He trying to flirt with me. I don't like this. Pineapples, I'm uncomfortable. Anybody who is socially aware know a real threat. When Diddy started tweeting, that was one of the realest threats I've ever seen. I know there was going to be action behind them words. Meek Mill was trying to come get freaky, my nigga. Like he came to my house. If I threw out 2 bottles of baby oil and Astroglide, that nigga would have a slip and slide in my fucking driveway. That nigga wasn't finna do nothing, man.
Yeah, he said freak Mills.
But that nigga Diddy, he started tweeting, talking about I'm gonna come to your house so we can have a conversation. Nigga, that's a hit. Like, what are you talking? Nigga, you was there when Biggie got killed, nigga. I'm not listening to no shit like that from you.
is not my side chick. Never has been, never will be. She's very important and special to me.
Put it like this: when a nigga gotta come out and address his relationship, because all these niggas are hoes, that means he's going through hell. Like, for example, me, right? Like, I see some of y'all be having some jokes in the comment section. Y'all wondering what my situations is when it comes to personal life. Sometimes I let y'all in, sometimes I don't. But it's constantly changing sometimes. I don't feel the need to go to tell y'all what it is every time. If I come on here and I'm making a statement, somebody done got to me or got to somebody around me that I gotta clarify. You know what I mean? That's how it go.
And I don't play about my shoddy wop. I don't discuss things on the internet, and I will not start today. Well, DJ Academics revealed Tuesday night on Twitch that he and Diddy actually DM'd over his comments and that she's a queen. Phew! I hope all is well in love. This is Billboard News.
Hold on, let me see if the DMs are still up open. The way that nigga DM me, bro, are still up open. Oh, they forgot to put the shit where he says, "I'll come to your house." Oh, they forgot to put the shit where he says, "I'll come to you." And then, you know, the funny thing is, he was on Diddy Breakfast Club. Come to your house. Like he said the same thing, and like Envy was like, "Diddy, the type of nigga, he'll come to your house." I'm like,
and that's the world.
Hey, for every rapper in the game, I told y'all who I took the L to or whatever I don't call it L. I backed down to Diddy and Jay-Z. If I'm still pushing the line, clowning you, I just think you a bitch. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I just gotta keep it on. When I seen Jay-Z, nigga, I could tell Jay-Z was going to either put a federal charge on me, nigga. I started apologizing to him. Tory, you're on your own. Nigga, I seen it from a mile away. Shit just start changing. I seen lawyers who ain't never, hey, Ak, what's up, man? Like, yo, how much you care about this? So you on his team? I'm like, what the fuck? Shit start happening with, when the Jay-Z shit was happening, and I said, I'm one of them niggas, I could tell where there's about to be a fight. Okay. I'll be in the car. I'm out. So I got out of Dodge. Jay, I want no problems. I love you. I love you, beautiful fam. I don't care what Kanye West said. I think your kids are adorable. Love them. All right? I got out of Dodge. When Diddy started messaging, let me open up my message with Diddy. These are the old one. Okay. Now I don't even want to read it. I don't even want to read it. Yo, I didn't even want to read it because it's like Diddy from the era. He give you a coded threat and then he end the threat by saying love. And you're like, now the stupid nigga is like, oh no, it's love. Nigga, all I saw was, nigga, I'm going to slap the shit out of you when I see you, nigga. I'm going to really let you feel it, nigga. I could tell. The nigga was, the thing is, he's such an old school gangster and player. None of the shit he said to me was actually like, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to punch you. Nothing. But when you read it, it's like, you know what it is, right? We don't get it in. It's all love. Like it was, I don't even want to read it. Because me and Diddy cool now. Me and Diddy cool. Me and Diddy cool. Me and Diddy cool now. Me and Diddy cool. So I see you let Wack bitch you every day. Wack not sending serious threats. These niggas were sending serious threats. I'm telling you. Okay. All right. Look, here, there's a part in this interview where he's talking about, look.
All that I want to live in. And so, you know what I'm saying? I want to be that change that I want. Today is Diddy Day. Diddy. I know Justin from, I'm really like.
Nah, it was when he was talking about the side chick. Diddy talk side chick Breakfast Club. Oh my God, it's too long. Oh, no, it was
our
this
slogan to go share with nobody else. Right. And so that's the only message. We don't have to condemn Kanye or for no other lives matter.
At one time it was all about Ciroc and all of
being changed to.
I heard a version of that record.
Record is beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Don't believe in that.
No, I'm saying I just and then
when it comes to them dating, it feels like they're that age. Like, what advice do you give your daughters?
They start asking about side chicks, and you start like, and I remember watching this interview. I'm like, oh, that nigga talking to me.
And this is just me right now, you know. And but when it come time to start dating, I'm gonna give you all of the tricks of the trade, you know. And but I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you give it away, it ain't worth as much. It ain't worth. Y'all gotta wait and take your time. And that's like the conversation, to treat yourself like queens and don't do nothing without coming and talking to me. So that's why I'm at a highly.
He was talking about
down to the next level. Like, damn, you know,
Here we go.
I mean,
What?
yeah.
When's the last time you got into a wrestling and moved some furniture around?
Hey,
bro?
yo,
Here we go.
Don't say wrestle, Diddy. Say
Yeah.
fight.
You think I'm not here no more? Or you think we can't wrestle? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
What?
yeah.
When's the last time you got into a wrestling and moved some furniture around? Bro?
Hey, yo.
Don't say wrestle, Diddy. Say
Yeah.
fight. Don't say wrestle.
Hey, yo, when I get on you, though, for real, I'm trying to bite your face off. But I don't be doing the same fighting. I'm
Nah.
more of a savage.
This is when I realized Diddy ain't recognize his age right here.
No, I just said your dad is a unique individual, you know? And yeah. I mean the truth, just the uncut truth of what it is that you know, your dad, you could, you know, that may not be what you like, or you may fall in love with somebody like your dad that's honest to you. You know what I'm saying?
What if when they're older in their 20s, they bring home a 50-year-old man? What would you say to that?
I really would just go on who really would love my daughters. I really wouldn't go on an age thing, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm 52 and
Damn, he was 52 3 years ago. But Diddy 55?
I mean, I feel better than I've ever felt, and you know, and it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't really think, you know, once people are adults, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm like, you know, dating a girl from college or something, then maybe, you know, we should throw up the red flag. But we talking about if you're adult, you got 2 kids, that's our choice. And I'm definitely, you know, fly than most, you know.
Young boys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, young
older
boys or, you know, whatever it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like timeless. I don't really feel time. Like, you know, sometimes when cats be hitting me with the OG, I take it as respect, but sometimes I be feeling like, you think you think I'm not here no more?
Oh shit.
Or you think we can't wrestle? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah.
When's the last time you got into a wrestling and moved some furniture around? Bro?
Hey, yo.
Don't say wrestle, Diddy. Say
Yeah.
fight. Don't say wrestle.
Hey, yo, when I get on you, though, for real, I'm trying to bite your face off. But I don't be doing the same fighting. I'm more of a savage type of fighter. You know what I'm saying?
You got into a wrestling match. Well, when's the last time you got into a fight? And did you win?
It's been a long time.
Diddy don't have to
You
fight.
pay people. You don't
He
have to
does
not have
love
to do
that.
that kind of
His
stuff.
name is love.
Diddy
Okay?
doesn't do
He
it.
does not fight.
Well,
It's
I want to know
love.
if I thought you fighting, I'd be like, yo,
Chat. Here's a tweet. Y'all want to see the tweet? Nah, it's still up there too. I knew this shit was serious because nigga, he just at her. Diddy, side chick, shorty. What nigga? He made up a new name for her. I've never seen that. Look, here we go. Wait, here we go. Look. Oh, did he delete it? No. I just seen it. Young Miami is not my side chick. Never has, never will be. She very important to me, especially nigga. You know somebody pressing him to do that. That's Young Miami, and I don't play by my shorty wop. I don't discuss things on the internet. I won't start today. So think what you want, but just know if you hurt mine, I'm gonna come to your house and we're gonna talk about it like human beings. Love. Chat. When the nigga chat, I remember seeing this, and I looked at my DM, and the way he talked to me, he also said love, and I was like, oh, this nigga threatening in plain sight. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, I'm good. I back down. He got it. And I ain't gonna lie, Kid Cudi, you should have learned like me, nigga. I got the fuck out of there. Holy. Damn. Nigga say he saw Diddy looking like a superhero. Wait, who we oh, Fox 5. Here we go. This the hell? Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get the thing up for us. Pause.
Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking case filled with suspicion and suspense today. Rapper Kid Cudi is on the stand right now detailing a threat that Diddy once made to him. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live in Lower Manhattan, and she picks it up from there. Linda, what's the latest?
Yeah, hi there, Bianca. Well, first of all, I can tell you this. Every day, the testimony in this trial has been jaw-dropping. Today will be no different. Rapper, as you're talking about, rapper Kid Cudi on the stand, and he is testifying today. Go ahead, take a look at this video, because this is Cudi arriving here at federal court in Lower Manhattan earlier today. Now, he is wearing the black leather coat and smoking a cigarette. He is testifying about his brief relationship with Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie, back in 2011, after she and Combs had broken up. Now, Cassie has already testified that Combs flew into a jealous rage about her relationship with Kid Cudi, and he threatened to blow up his car. Now, Cudi has already testified today that he met with Combs after his Porsche exploded, and the remains of a Molotov cocktail were found nearby. Combs is charged with running a criminal enterprise dealing with drugs and sex trafficking. He has pleaded not guilty on all counts. Now, yesterday, Combs' former executive assistant, George Kaplan, also testified. He continued this morning, and he left court earlier today. After wrapping up his testimony, he had testified that he would buy drugs for Combs and that he would clean up hotel rooms after Combs would hold drug-fueled sex marathons called freak-offs. And a federal agent also testified yesterday that when they raided Combs' home in Miami last year, they found gun parts to make AR-15s.
All right. Okay. All right. My bad, Chad. Holy shit.
A lot to break down again because
I watched this already. Let's go to entertainment tonight. No fucking way, chat. Diddy really went to that nigga's house. You know what's funny? Like, I was taking this shit as a joke. Diddy was probably dead ass with me. Yo, chat, I ain't gonna lie to you. The only thing I think be saving me, yo, some of these niggas, I think they know I'm serious as a judge. I can't wait to tell on them. Kid Cudi, like, you're not even a gangster. Nigga, Diddy would have been doing life back then. If it was me, he would have been doing life. Like, I think that's the only reason why niggas don't, like, I think. Because some of these niggas, bruv, I can't wait to tell on them. I've been waiting for the day. I don't even say some of these niggas now. I'm like, yo, shit, I'm over here doing an investigation for the cops. I'm about to just, hey, yo, take my notes, y'all cross-reference your notes, and let's file the charges, and I'll show up. Come on now. Anyway. Damn. Nah, this shit's crazy. Did Kid Cudi post some other shit? By the way, there's some Tory shit that popped up. Chat. Some Tory shit that popped up. You gotta go listen to the Tory shit. Oh, do y'all want to see the exhibits of the house? So Diddy's lawyers, and I don't know why they did this, because he's a millionaire, well, billionaire actually. They had like they had exhibits that they put into evidence of how heavy-handed the government is. And I'm guessing why they did it is to show that the government probably just had a hard-on for Sean P. Diddy Combs, basically saying when they raided his Florida mansion, they broke the gate. So they have a picture of the gate being broken. They have a picture of how rough they were. And they were like, they didn't meet any they didn't meet any people that was saying you can't come in here. If they had be like, hey, we want to get in the gates and we're the feds, they would have got let in, but they broke the gate down. There were certain rooms that they could have asked the property manager for access to that they kicked open. So they were saying that the feds was doing a lot. Now, obviously, I think the AUSA kind of came back around and said, yo, why do you do raids like this? They asked the agent, and the agent said, we don't want to give people time to prepare. But they do have like pictures of the gate and all that type of shit that was actually broken. You know what I mean? By the way, chat, I'm wondering, yo, could this happen if Young Miami is not involved? Like, if Young Miami's not in this trial, it's like Cassie's face was all beat up. Ooh, celebrity makeup artist is speaking out. Holy shit. Oh, we didn't read that yet. Okay, my bad. Okay, so we just stopped at Kid Cudi. There's much more to actually. Okay, so let's get back into this. Chat, we got to finish the day up in tweets. I know Kid Cudi is the big, the pause. They left your door unlocked. No, okay, cool. All right, bet. So, chat, here's the thing. Give me 1 second. Give me one second. Okay. So the big testimony was obviously Kid Cudi, but he took the stand and looked like he got off the stand pretty quickly. He took the stand in the morning, and he pretty much got off the stand by lunch. Brian Steele, I think he did his job. He pretty much had Kid Cudi admit that Cassie is as much of a culprit to what he feels happened in a sense of his home getting raided, or not raided, but vandalized, and his car getting broken into. So while Kid Cudi started by saying, no, I got a lot of love or I was in love with Cassie, by the end of his testimony, when Brian Steele got a hold of him, Brian Steele got him to admit that Cassie was playing games. Cassie was a backdoor ting. Cassie was pretty much the reason why some of these things happen. And even when he tried to confront Diddy, Diddy didn't admit to it, and Cassie was standing right alongside with Diddy, basically like, couples arm in arm. Okay. Let me see. We're going to have to go to where he's officially off the stand. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So he gets off the stand, and by the way, we should be caught up after he gets off the stand because that's where we stopped. Okay, so they stopped here. They went for a break. Then they came back in and they said, the Comey says, yo, we want to put some exhibits showing Ventura scantily clad, and we think it plays into the stereotype that she dresses like this. She must have consented to the freak off. So they're basically trying to use they're trying to address the people who are saying, nah, Cassie's just a hoe. She must have loved all this shit. So they're trying to address this. The judge says, well, I only have one album cover. Estavio says, well, we could bring it up on screen. It does, but not for the gallery. He says, we have withdrawn some of the exhibits. It's rather about her career opportunities or the like. Judge says, what's the relevance of these exhibits? And the next witness did Miss Ventura's makeup. So what's the purpose of these pictures? It's a 402 issue first, relevance. Estavio says, Mrs. Ventura testified about her career being impacted. Comey says, I'll stipulate. Judge says, this is one of the public events. So what's the problem? Comey says, it's a low cut dress. Judge says, I'm allowing it in, but not 652 or 745. Please bring in the witness and the jury. Now they asked this person, they said, what's your name? Her name is Myla Morales. She's a celebrity makeup artist. And they ask her, do you recognize anyone you've worked for? She says, Mr. Combs. He's over there in the gray sweater and the white collar. AUSA says, when did you work for Mr. Combs? From 2000, 2005. Then who? She says, Rihanna. She says, who else? Jennifer Lopez and also Cassie. I said, well, when did you work for Cassie? 2007 until COVID, which means from 2007 till probably about 2020, which would even span beyond when Diddy was dating Cassie. It said, well, she's like a little sister to me. They're like, well, how much older than her are you? Myla Morales says a few years. AUSA says, did you see her with injuries on her face at any time? She says, yes, in 2010, the Grammy weekend, Princess party. Were you with her? Yeah, it was in Beverly Hills. I fell asleep in the room and woke up to a commotion. Cassie walked in, then Sean, asking where the fuck is she? AUSA says, what did he do? He walked into the bedroom and he shut the door. AUSA says, what did you hear behind the door? Myla Morales says, yelling and screaming, both of them. Then Sean Combs left. AUSA says, what did you see? Morales says, Cassie, she had a swollen eye and knots on her head, I guess. I packed her things up and we went to my house. Then it says, well, my doctor friend came and examined her to see if she had a concussion. So what were you afraid of? I was feared for my life. Estavio says objection, move to strike. Judge says overruled. AUSA says how long did she stay? And I guess the answer was a few days. The AUSA says, have you done interviews about this? Milo Morales says, yes, a couple. He said, were you paid? No. Did you provide evidence? Only about photos of me and Kim Porter in the early 2000s. Were you paid? Yes, $1,000, I guess, for the photos. No further questions. Okay, so let me see if I can find that interview, because anytime the prosecutor brings up Mila Morales interview, anytime they bring up someone and then they bring up some evidence that's not there, that is to try to neutralize what this person could say. Okay, so there's two interviews. There's one with CNN and one with Don Lemon. Should we go for the shorter one or for the longer one? Here we go.
But when, so screaming, and then when she came out.
We're there to do a job. Felt like, you know, just because I looked at Cassie as like a little sister, I'm like, oh, you know, not the best idea to date somebody like Puff.
When did you realize, because I know that you said you were there and you knew this stuff was happening. So you didn't, in the beginning, you didn't see, you know, something off about his relationship with women. But when did it start with Cassie? When did you notice? Was it with Cassie? Was it with someone else?
It was with Cassie, actually. I mean, like, obviously Puff has been always, Puff is Puff, you know, and he's just going to be who he is. And we kind of like turned a blind eye because he's such a powerful person and we can't really, you know, there's nothing that we can do. Puff is going to be Puff. And that's not no excuse as to his behavior, but, you know, we kind of like turned a blind eye because we're there to do a job. And later on, you know, I witnessed something that I didn't want to witness. And, you know, that was in 2010. And that's when I first hand saw something that I didn't want to see.
I know it's tough for you, but I think it's important that you share so people know. What did you witness in 2010?
Well, it was, I mean, I don't think we should talk about that anymore, Don, because I've already did an interview about that and it says it all in the interview, but it's just something that, you know, it's a trigger for me and a trauma because, you know, I came into this business, you know, loving what I do and loving the people that I work with. And, you know, for me to witness something like that, that was like, you know, it was a lot of trauma.
I understand that. For as much as, listen, I'm a survivor of abuse. And I know as much as you can share, because the people who saw your other interview may not be the folks who are going to see this. So if you don't mind sharing what you can share, I would appreciate it. And again, I don't want to push you past any limit that you have.
I mean, I didn't necessarily witness the entirety of it because I was trying to get, you know, Cassie out of, you know, I was packing her bags, getting her out of the situation so that I can lead her to safety.
Where were you guys when it happened?
It was at a hotel in Beverly Hills.
And were you in the room or did she like come to you for help?
No, I was outside of the room and I was just packing her bags because the commotion started happening.
Was this a time? I know that there was a time when you were with him and you said he came into the room and asking where she was. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was the same day. That was the same time.
Where the F is Cassie? Or where the F is she or something like that. And then what happened after that?
And then the door closed and whatever was going on in there, and I could just hear screaming. And, you know, the first thing that I can think of was just pack her bags and let's get out of there.
So screaming, and then when she came out, what happened? What did you see?
She was not in, you know, obviously she was not, I mean, she was like badly beaten.
Bruises?
Bruises, you know, just all, I mean, knots on the head, you know, her black eye, everything. I mean, it was terrible.
You could hear this from outside of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Were there others around?
No, there was just the three of us.
Were you trying to get in?
No, I was trying to get her out, like pack, because all I can hear was get the hell out of here. And, you know, I was packing her bags up so that we can get her to safety.
What did she say to you, Milo, when she came out?
I don't even remember, honestly.
Why is she not telling the full story? Come on. All right, here we go. Was it only? It was on Piers Morgan. She said it. Oh, it was on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan. My bad, chat. Oh, is this it? I think this is it. Here we go.
Is how many people were
audio tape big factor
everybody wanted to go to where the person
call me wanting to, and he was like, what, like I'm a girl, like I'm a hot.
Knew it was happening because he was.
Oh, here we go.
Absolutely is really you know, difficult for me to
Here we go.
industry years or so. Yes.
By the way, again, this is the person on the stand. Oh, look at Vlad. Look, yo, Vlad, man. Every time I see Vlad, man, I feel like Vlad living his 8th childhood.
So around
As well
5
as
years
Kim
or so.
Porter. I was 5 years or so. Yes.
And how much time did you spend with him?
I spent a lot of you know, obviously I did his male grooming. So we did a lot of, you know, it was strictly professional, and we spent video shoots, photo shoots. I traveled the world with Kim and Sean because, you know, he invented the he invented the entourage. So I would travel with Kim and Puff to Saint-Tropez to make sure that Kim was ready for the paparazzi.
And what was he like? I mean, when you were around him then, albeit this is quite a long time ago, 20 years ago, but what was your assessment, being that close to him for that length of time? What was your assessment of his character?
Well, Puff was a perfectionist, and he was just a completely hard worker. He wanted everything to look grandioso. And, you know, he taught me really everything I know about the industry, like as far as you know, being super professional, super just everything was so just grandioso.
But has your view now changed?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is 24 years later, and it's shocking to hear all these allegations. It's completely shocking.
Shocking to hear them? Is it surprising, given everything that you may have gleaned about him in that period?
It is surprising. Yes, it is. I mean, it's been, you know, hearing all of this. I mean, you know, I owe a lot to.
Yo, y'all believe her?
To Puff with my career, because, you know, I've worked with the biggest photographers in the world, the biggest directors in the world. And, you know, we've met, we would go to Paris Fashion Weeks. I mean, we were running around with like the biggest names in the business. So, you know, to hear all of this happening right now is it's shocking.
You see, the reason I'm curious why you find it that shocking is that in 2010, you were very close to Cassie as well. And we've seen this horrific video, which emerged last year on CNN from several years prior, where he literally... Well, I'm just going to ask you, I'm going to just let the viewers know where I'm going here. You know, there was this appalling video that we're now seeing where he literally beats her up in public, in a hotel, you know, on a floor of a hotel, but in a public area. And it was absolutely despicable. Now, you said about that it wasn't a one-off, that when Cassie was beaten up on a separate occasion in 2010, you took her in, you said. We didn't even want to go to hospital. So I had a doctor friend of mine come and take a look at her. She was badly bruised, had knots on her head and a black eye. We were scared. I still have PTSD talking about it. That's nearly 15 years ago. So my only question to you is, given what you witnessed then, given what you knew had happened, and given what we all then saw with the second incident on that horrific video, actually, why are you that surprised about these allegations that have come to light?
I mean, for me, it's like it's just reliving the whole situation over over again. And that to me is the shocking part of it. You know, I block that. That's PTSD. That's trauma that I experienced from back then. And reliving it is really, you know, difficult for me to experience, because I've known Cassie since she was 17 years old, and I was like her big sister, as well as her makeup artist. And just watching all of this it's absolutely shocking.
Right, but I mean, the reality is
disgusting.
Just based on what you witnessed that day in 2010, and based on what we've all seen in that other video, the guy at the very least was a person who beat up women. And yet the picture you painted of him, of your time with him, you know, in the early 2000s, was actually very positive. And you say you're very surprised and shocked by what's now come out. I wouldn't be shocked if I'd seen what happened to Cassie at firsthand, and the way you did. I think this guy's a monster, and I'm curious why that isn't what you're thinking, or have you blanked that out?
Oh, I've absolutely blanked it out all these years, because it's something that I was very focused on my career. And so what happened then, you know, obviously we couldn't discuss with anyone. So I had to like blank it out of my brain.
Do you wish with
I had to
hindsight,
continue on and
right, but do you wish with hindsight, and I'm not accusing you of doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, do you wish with hindsight to prevent him treating other people in such a horrendous manner? Do you wish you'd taken it to the police, to authorities?
Of course. I mean, absolutely. But, you know, these are things that we couldn't do because we were terrified of Sean.
Right. See, that's really interesting, because that wasn't how you described him at the start of this. So tell me about that. Clearly, there's another side to this guy, to the one that you painted when we first started talking. And the other side to him is appalling, isn't it? I mean, he wielded this power, this influence, this terror over you. Tell me about that.
I mean, like I said, like at the beginning of, you know, my career with Puff, you know, it was just like, you know, we were rising to the top. And like, when it got to the point with Cassie, it was like very difficult for me to like just, I mean, deal with that. Like like even right now, it's just it gives me like trauma. And so watching all these allegations unfold, I mean, being an industry professional, that's all I cared about. And like
those are the people who want props for not telling, and they should have told. Because put it like this, Kid Cudi waited, this happened in 2011. Bro, you waited 14
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.